After NASA succeeded with its crewed mission to the Moon in 1969, the world began looking forward to seeing the space agency land humans on Mars before 1980. However, that did not happen. But today, we have several robotic rovers, landers, and orbiters exploring Mars and providing us with real-time data on the Red Planet. While robots and rovers have already provided us with valuable information about Mars, NASA has its eyes set on a bigger challenge, which is to send humans to the Red Planet as soon as possible. This ambitious goal requires overcoming several technological hurdles. NASA is working tirelessly to develop and test groundbreaking innovations to ensure astronauts can travel to Mars, survive on its surface, and return safely to Earth. With a crewed mission to Mars projected to occur in the late 2030s or early 2040s, NASA is focused on perfecting 6 futuristic technologies that will turn science fiction into reality. In this video, we explore these 6 sophisticated technologies NASA is currently developing to send humans to Mars. The first technology on our list is the powerful propulsion systems for faster travel. One of the greatest challenges of sending humans to Mars is the distance. Mars is over 140 million miles away from Earth, and the journey using current propulsion technology could take as long as 9 months. This long travel time poses significant risks to astronauts, including increased exposure to cosmic radiation, muscle atrophy, and psychological stress from prolonged isolation. To reduce these risks, NASA is developing new nuclear propulsion systems that will make the journey to Mars faster and safer. There are 2 main types of nuclear propulsion being explored: nuclear electric and nuclear thermal. Nuclear electric propulsion generates electricity from a nuclear reactor to power ion thrusters. While this method is incredibly efficient and can operate for long periods, it doesn't produce much thrust, making it more suitable for slow, gradual journeys. On the other hand, nuclear thermal propulsion works by using a nuclear reactor to heat a propellant, which is then expelled at high speeds to generate thrust. This method provides much more thrust and could significantly reduce the travel time to Mars, potentially cutting the journey to just a few months. By shortening the travel time, nuclear propulsion systems would reduce the amount of time astronauts spend in deep space, thereby lowering their exposure to harmful cosmic radiation and other risks. This technology is still in development, but NASA and its partners are actively working to bring it closer to reality. A shorter journey to Mars would not only make the mission safer for astronauts, but also allow for more frequent trips to the Red Planet. This could open the door to long-term exploration and even the possibility of establishing a permanent human presence on Mars. The second technology NASA is developing to send humans to Mars is a mobile Martian home and lab on wheels. Astronauts exploring Mars will need more than just a place to sleep. They'll need a mobile base of operations that can move across the Martian surface, allowing them to conduct research in multiple locations. NASA's solution is a pressurized rover, a high-tech vehicle that will serve as both a home and a laboratory on wheels. This rover will allow astronauts to travel long distances on Mars while staying safe and comfortable inside. The concept of a pressurized rover is similar to that of an RV on Earth. Inside, astronauts will have access to breathable air, food, water, and all the equipment they need to live and work for weeks at a time. This will allow them to venture far from their landing site, explore new areas, and conduct scientific research without having to return to a base every day. NASA has already conducted extensive testing of rover technologies here on Earth, and these tests will inform the development of the pressurized rover for Mars. One of the key features of this rover is its ability to navigate Mars' rugged terrain. The Martian surface is covered in rocks, craters, and sand dunes, so the rover's wheels will need to be designed to handle these challenging conditions. During the Artemis missions, astronauts will use pressurized rovers on the Moon to explore its surface. This will provide valuable feedback on how the technology performs in real space conditions, helping NASA refine the design for Mars. The Mars rover will be larger and more advanced, allowing astronauts to travel farther and carry more equipment for scientific research. Inside the pressurized rover, astronauts will be able to live and work in comfortable clothing, rather than the bulky spacesuits they'll wear outside. When they find areas of interest, they can put on their high-tech spacesuits, exit the rover, and conduct experiments or collect samples. The rover will be equipped with all the tools and instruments needed for scientific exploration, making it a critical part of the mission. This mobile home and lab will be a game-changer for Mars exploration, allowing astronauts to explore vast areas of the planet and conduct in-depth research in multiple locations without having to return to a central base. The third technology on our list is laser communications for faster data transmission. When sending humans to Mars, communication with Earth will be a vital aspect of mission success. But with Mars being about 140 million miles away, transmitting data across this vast distance presents a significant challenge. The current method of communication in space, which relies on radio waves, is far from ideal for long-distance data transmission. It is slow and offers limited bandwidth, making it difficult to send high-resolution images, videos, or large amounts of data in real time. That's where laser communications come in. This technology promises to revolutionize space communication by using laser beams to transmit data at much faster speeds. With laser communications, it will be possible to send high-definition video feeds, large data files, and detailed images from Mars to Earth in a fraction of the time it would take with traditional radio waves. The advantages are immense. For instance, transmitting a detailed map of Mars using radio waves could take up to 9 years, but with laser communications, that same data could be sent in just 9 weeks. This improvement in communication will be vital not only for transmitting scientific data, but also for maintaining real-time contact between mission control on Earth and the astronauts on Mars. It will allow scientists and engineers to receive constant updates, provide real-time instructions, and monitor the astronauts' health and progress. NASA has already proven the viability of laser communications with a successful demonstration from the Moon in 2013. The next step is to conduct further tests during the Artemis missions, which will serve as a proving ground for many of the technologies that will eventually be used on Mars. These demonstrations will perfect the pointing system, address potential communication disruptions caused by clouds or other space phenomena, and ensure that the technology is ready for deep space use. The development of laser communications is a critical step in ensuring that future human missions to Mars can stay in close contact with Earth, transmitting vast amounts of data quickly and reliably across millions of miles. The fourth is the high-tech Martian spacesuits for enhanced mobility. Spacesuits are a vital piece of equipment for any astronaut venturing into space, and Mars presents its own unique set of challenges. Mars' atmosphere is much thinner than Earth's, and it is primarily composed of carbon dioxide. The temperatures on Mars can swing dramatically, from extreme cold at night to scorching heat during the day. To survive and work effectively in this environment, astronauts will need advanced spacesuits that can protect them from these harsh conditions while allowing them to move freely. NASA's next-generation spacesuit, known as the Exploration Extravehicular Mobility Unit, is designed specifically for the challenges of Mars. This high-tech suit is essentially a miniature spacecraft that an astronaut wears, providing life support and protection from the Martian environment. The suit's modular design allows it to be adapted for different environments, including the Moon and Mars. One of the most important features of the Exploration Extravehicular Mobility Unit suit is its improved mobility. Previous spacesuits, such as those used during the Apollo missions, were bulky and difficult to move in. The Exploration Extravehicular Mobility Unit suit is designed to allow astronauts to move more naturally, enabling them to walk, bend, and use their hands more easily. This increased mobility will be critical for conducting scientific research on Mars, as astronauts will need to be able to handle delicate instruments, collect samples, and perform complex tasks. In addition to mobility, the Exploration Extravehicular Mobility Unit suit is designed to provide maximum protection from Mars' extreme temperatures. The suit will include advanced temperature control systems to keep astronauts warm during the freezing Martian nights and cool during the hot days. The outer garment of the suit will be specially designed to resist wear and tear from Mars' abrasive dust, which can damage equipment over time. Another key feature of the Exploration Extravehicular Mobility Unit suit is its life support system, which will be crucial for survival in Mars' carbon dioxide-rich atmosphere. The suit will provide astronauts with a steady supply of oxygen while filtering out harmful gases. The life support system will also be designed to work for extended periods, allowing astronauts to spend more time outside the rover conducting research. With these advanced spacesuits, astronauts will be able to explore the Martian surface more effectively than ever before, conducting in-depth research and gathering valuable data about the planet. The fifth technology NASA is developing to send humans to Mars is the inflatable heat shields for safe landing on Mars. Landing on Mars is one of the most challenging aspects of any mission to the Red Planet. The atmosphere on Mars is much thinner than Earth's, which means that spacecraft have less air resistance to slow them down during entry. To safely land humans and large payloads on Mars, NASA is developing inflatable heat shields that will revolutionize the way we approach planetary landings. Traditional heat shields are rigid and take up a significant amount of space in a rocket, limiting the size of the spacecraft that can be sent to Mars. Inflatable heat shields, on the other hand, can be packed tightly during launch and then expanded before entering the Martian atmosphere. This allows them to provide a much larger surface area for slowing down the spacecraft during entry. The technology behind inflatable heat shields is still being tested, but it has the potential to greatly increase the size of the spacecraft that can land on Mars. This is important because future missions will require not only the landing of astronauts, but also large amounts of cargo, including habitats, scientific instruments, and vehicles. An upcoming flight test will demonstrate how an inflatable heat shield prototype performs during entry into Earth's atmosphere. This test will provide valuable data on how the technology can be adapted for use on Mars. If successful, inflatable heat shields will play a key role in ensuring that astronauts and their cargo can land safely on the Martian surface. By enabling larger payloads and more precise landings, inflatable heat shields will be a crucial technology for future Mars missions, helping to ensure that astronauts arrive safely and have the equipment they need to explore and survive on the red planet. The sixth on our list is the uninterrupted power for long-term exploration. One of the biggest challenges of any mission to Mars is ensuring a reliable and continuous power supply. Mars is not as forgiving as Earth when it comes to energy production. The red planet experiences periodic dust storms that can last for months, blocking out sunlight and rendering solar power unreliable. Without a dependable power source, astronauts would not be able to charge their equipment, run life support systems, or conduct scientific experiments. NASA's solution to this problem is nuclear fission power. Unlike solar power, which depends on the presence of sunlight, nuclear fission power is consistent and reliable. It can generate electricity around the clock, regardless of weather conditions or time of day. This makes it the ideal power source for long-duration missions on Mars. NASA has already demonstrated the safety and efficiency of nuclear fission power systems on Earth. These systems are compact, lightweight, and capable of generating enough power to support a crew of astronauts for an extended period. The next step is to test this technology on the Moon during the Artemis missions. Once proven in the harsh environment of space, it will be ready for use on Mars. The fission power systems NASA is developing will play a crucial role in enabling astronauts to explore Mars for months at a time. Whether they are conducting scientific experiments, operating vehicles, or simply powering their habitats, these systems will ensure that the astronauts have the energy they need to carry out their mission. Mars has a similar day and night cycle to Earth, but its atmosphere is much thinner, and the dust storms that blanket its surface can be incredibly destructive. These storms can last for months and cover large portions of the planet, making solar power highly unreliable during such periods. With a nuclear fission power source, astronauts will have a constant supply of energy, regardless of the environmental conditions on the Martian surface. This makes nuclear fission an indispensable technology for future Mars missions, allowing for continuous exploration and scientific discovery. NASA's mission to send humans to Mars is one of the most ambitious endeavors in the history of space exploration. Achieving this goal requires overcoming numerous technological challenges, from developing faster propulsion systems to creating advanced spacesuits and ensuring reliable communication across millions of miles. Each of the 6 technologies outlined in this video is a critical piece of the puzzle, bringing us closer to the day when humans will set foot on Mars. As NASA continues to develop and test these innovations, the dream of exploring Mars becomes more tangible. From faster travel to safer landings and more effective exploration tools, these technologies promise to turn the once distant goal of a human mission to Mars into a reality within our lifetime. With each breakthrough, we move one step closer to unlocking the mysteries of the red planet and expanding humanity's presence in the solar system. The journey to Mars will be long and challenging, but the technological advancements NASA is spearheading promise to make it not only possible, but also a resounding success. As we look to the future, one thing is certain. The era of human exploration beyond Earth is just beginning, and Mars is the next frontier. If you like interesting videos about space, please consider subscribing to our channel for more.